see. Okay, close enough.
That was the mega shit.
Yeah.
When I came in. It's in the back of them, you know?
Okay, we're all ready.
Huh? I know. I
Oh,
said, I
oh, you
thought
thought
it
it
was.
was, yeah, exactly, from the back, right.
Okay, okay.
Supposed to be an important one.
Okay, if we're all ready, I'd like to call this meeting to order, the Board of Adjustment. Today's January 22nd, 2025. If we all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. This time we have the swearing-in process. Anybody wishing to speak on any items that are not on the agenda?
Please raise your hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, okay. I'll call for the open forum. Anybody wishing to speak tonight's meeting on any items not on the agenda? There being none, the open forum is now closed. I'd like to have approval of the minutes dated November 7th, 2024.
Make a motion to approve?
Second.
Oh, any discussion? All in favor?
I second. He wasn't even there.
Yeah, what's up with that? Okay, yeah, you're coming up next, okay. Okay. I have a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Carried all, thank you. Okay. There's a consideration of excused absence for board Frank member. Yeah. Wow. Let me put these glasses back. Consideration of excused absence of board member Frank Chicola from the November meeting.
Make a motion to approve?
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right.
Consideration of excused absence of board member Cleveland Smith from the November meeting. I have a motion. Can I have an excuse? Not looking good, Cleveland.
Make a motion to approve?
Okay.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Carried all. Thank you very much. Have a reading of variance 2025-01.
Good evening, Board. My name is Matt Jackson. I'm the planning manager, and tonight we're going to discuss 302 Park Boulevard, a variance, a setback variance, with city case number VAR 25-01. The subject property is located within the community residential area and is developed with a single-family home. The property has a zoning designation of Town Center Residential and a future land use designation of Community Residential District. In the TCR district, the minimum side setback is 6 feet to the home and 5 feet to accessory structures and the driveway. So the existing home has a 0-foot setback at the northwest corner of the structure. You can see where I placed the number 1, so it's easy to see there where there's that 0-foot setback. There's an existing concrete pad that has a 1-foot setback from the side property line. You can see where I've annotated number 2. And number 3, the existing driveway has a 3-foot setback from the side property line. And you can see number 3 there. So again, these are all existing structures that have non-conforming setbacks. So the property owner would like to construct a gazebo on the existing concrete pad. If you look on your screen, I placed a brown box showing the location of the gazebo. Prior to the construction of the gazebo, the existing non-conforming setbacks must be addressed. As such, this is a variance request to reduce the side north setbacks from 6 feet to 0 feet to the home, from 5 feet to 1 foot to the existing concrete pad, and side south setback from 5 feet to 3 feet to existing driveway. All variances are reviewed against the 10 conditions outlined in section 3.17.3 of the Land Development Code. I'm going to read the more pertinent ones into the record. All are contained in the staff report. The special circumstances or conditions applying to the structure or premises in question are peculiar to such structure or premises and do not generally apply to other structures or premises in the vicinity. The home was purchased by the applicant in 2016 with the existing home and driveway in their current location. The concrete pad was approved through city application. Additionally, the property directly north of the subject property is developed with a single-family home that's located 17.9 feet from the south property line, which is the north property line of the subject property. As such, there's going to be a minimum of 18.9 feet between the proposed gazebo and the existing single-family residence to the north. In addition, the gazebo, as you can see on your screen, has a pitched roof that's going to be oriented north and south. Therefore, any rainwater that hits that is going to be directed onto the subject property, not onto the adjacent property. The granting of the application is necessary for the preservation and enjoyment of a property right and does not merely serve as convenience. The granting of this application is necessary for the preservation and enjoyment of the property. The proposed gazebo, which is a typical type of residential amenity, is being requested to allow continued enjoyment of the backyard area. The next criteria, the variance requested is a minimum variance that would make possible the reasonable use of the land, building, or structures. The request is very minor. We're seeking setback reductions to existing structures. Additionally, denial of the variance request would require the homeowner to expand the concrete pad to the south, and still a variance request would still be required due to the existing non-conforming setbacks. Expansion of the existing concrete pad is necessary as the proposed gazebo is 10 feet by 10 feet overall and close to the same dimension of the concrete pad, which is 11 by 11. As such, based on the application meeting the Code Section 317.3, staff recommends approval of the variance request to reduce the side north setbacks from 6 feet to 0 feet to existing house and from 6 feet to 1 foot to existing concrete pad, and side south setback from 5 feet to 3 feet to existing driveway in the TCR district for a gazebo to be constructed on the existing concrete pad. The staff report is submitted for the record. This ends my presentation. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Okay, one question. I see at the bottom of the report, you also have a condition of approval. Would you like to add that to the staff report? Or is that for us after approval? If we go for the approval, is it?
Oh, I can read, I see what you're saying, yes, I can read that into record. Let me do that.
Well, pending approval.
Yeah.
It would be conditions of approval.
We've actually got, if they, you know, that we've gone through 3 variances here.
Right.
We can combine them all in one as long as it's said that way.
Okay, well, it's condition of approval, and actually, because there's 2 different variances,
3.
we just read them separately, but I just want staff to mention, if it's, just to add the
Absolutely.
conditions of approval per
Yes.
staff request.
Yeah, let me just read that into the record. So just what we're asking is just that all future development of the property meet minimum code standards, including but not limited to setbacks, or a variance application be required. Yes.
Okay, great, thank you.
You're welcome, thank you.
Okay, any questions to city staff from the board?
Yeah, so I guess that was my question. So say 30 years from now, there's a new home that's being built, they have to conform to the existing setbacks.
Sure. The purpose of that is just to make it crystal clear that the reductions are for existing structures.
Okay.
Right? As they stand today, any future development of the property must meet minimum code standards or a variance be requested. What we don't want to happen is, down the road, someone comes in and builds another structure right on the property line with a 0-foot setback, just by right. So this is kind of an added layer of protection for that.
Okay, understood.
Okay, and may I?
Yes.
So, my question is, limiting the setbacks down to the property line, is that gonna set a precedence for other people to come in and say, I wanna build out to the end of my property?
It's not, the whole, and again, that's also why that added condition is in there. To be very, very clear, the concrete pad is existing. The property owner's not asking to build up to the property line so that the gazebo then can be there. It's already there, and it was done under permit. When it was approved, it was at a time when it was, the city was not looking at those concrete pads as structures, and they didn't have to meet those same setbacks. So no, this is not
Yeah,
a
'cause it sounded a little
precedent.
strange, that would be there, but.
Yeah, we talked about that internally, and that's why the staff report is written the way it is. Because no, that is not the intent. This is not to set a precedent at all. The intent of setbacks is for property separation, but when you look at, the pad was already there, was already approved, and there's this significant distance from the proposed gazebo to the other house. Again, that's gonna be at a minimum 18.9
Right, but not their
feet.
property, I mean, you
Yeah.
know, that's only my concern, but.
Absolutely.
property line.
Very valid concern. That is not the intent to set a precedent, no.
Understood,
Yep.
thank you.
Any other questions to staff?
Just on those three separate, we're gonna include it all in one.
No, we're gonna do two. We're gonna do the side, and then we're gonna do the north side, and then we're gonna do the south side. So we're gonna split this variance into two.
Okay.
Correct?
I don't know if that is required.
Well, usually,
I'll say I think there's three separate requests, and I recommend the three be taken separately.
okay,
Right,
But
there should have been
it's
three
clear
on
that
Okay.
you're agreeing to all three, that there's not any confusion that, oh, we meant one but not this one, and we didn't even talk about the third one. So let's just make it very clear which ones you're discussing and what your decision is. And the
Okay.
condition applies to all of them,
Thank you.
should you choose to add that condition.
thank you, okay. Actually, I only have, unless I read that wrong, I only have actually two variance requests to reduce the side setback and to reduce on the north and to reduce the side on the south. Is there a third variance?
It's the setback to the existing concrete pad of 1 foot, and then the setback to the existing home, 0 feet, and then the existing driveway of 3 feet. So that would be 3 then.
Right, you got what you have is a sidewalk, right? And you have the driveway,
Yeah.
the different lengths there. So if we include it all, then nobody can come back and say, well, what about this here?
So we'll do as per the pad. Okay. Thank you. Don't go too far, but. Okay. Does the applicant wish to speak on this variance request?
No, I think Matt did a great job describing it. But I just want to clarify.
Then you need to.
Please come up to the event.
Grace
And-
Babukas, 302 Park Boulevard. So I just want to clarify. One approval, non-approval will be for the fact that the corner of my house is close to the line. That's one. The second one is the concrete pad. The third one is on the south side, the driveway. Okay. That's all I wanted to clarify.
Okay. Okay, does the board have questions to the applicant? Okay. Anyone in the audience wish to speak in favor of this request?
Against it? You said favor, this against?
Well, the favor would be the first one.
Okay.
Okay, there being none, anybody in the audience wish to speak in opposition to this request? There being none, the floor is now closed. May I have a motion on this request?
Make a motion that we go ahead and approve the variance as read.
Second.
Okay. Okay, now, being it's 3 variances,
Need a motion, so we need to break them down. So
we
a
need,
motion
we
to-
need a motion here, I'm not supposed to make the motions, but
Just-
here's the first motion.
Okay.
Variance request, okay, reduce the side, this is the first one, this is the second one.
Could we have a motion for the variances request to reduce the size north setback from the 6 feet to 0 feet
Right,
to the existing house?
And then also, if I may, if you want to add the condition that was discussed, you want to add that to the motion. So the motion to approve, let me give you what I would suggest, and you
Okay.
guys can see if you like it. A motion to approve the north side setback from 6 feet to 0 feet with the condition,
Walking in driveway, yes.
pursuant to the conditions?
yeah, I can't find the condition now, but pursuant to the condition noted by
Okay.
the planner. And then that's the first one. And then once you discuss that and vote, then your next one would be motion to approve variance from 5 feet to 1 feet on the, this doesn't make sense to me either, the way it's written.
5 feet to 3 feet.
5 feet to 3. Let me find the application, it'll be
So there,
clearer. I was
should-
looking at the agenda, and it's not quite clear.
so there should be a variance from 5 feet to 0 feet for the house, as well as the staff recommended condition of approval. That would be one. The second one would be from 5 feet to 3 feet for the existing driveway,
Okay,
again, with the staff recommended condition of approval, and then from 5 feet to 1 foot to the concrete pad with the staff recommended condition of approval.
okay,
That would be the three.
okay. Okay, I guess we could start that over, okay.
Thank you.
You want me to take it over?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, variance request, the first request is to reduce the north setback from 5 feet to 0 feet to existing house, and from 5 feet to 1 feet to the concrete pad, in addition to condition of approval pursuant to city's recommendation.
No, there's a driveway in there too.
Well, the driveway's the third one.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, did you read the third one?
No, not yet.
So what you want to try to do is read one at a time.
All right,
That's
yeah,
that's the
that's
idea. So there's 3 requests, so take
Okay.
whichever one you want to take first.
Okay.
Read one of them.
Okay.
And then add with the condition of
Yeah,
requested
okay,
by
yeah.
staff. So
Okay,
setback from, if the first one's the 5 feet to 0 feet, that's your first one. And then just discuss and vote on that one.
See, you thought this was gonna be a quick one. Huh?
okay, the first one will be to reduce the side, which will be the north setback from 5 feet to 0 feet to existing house, and from 5 feet to 1 foot to the existing concrete pad. Okay? Pending condition of staff report.
You can do it that way, but you're still putting 2 together.
Oh.
There's 2 different requests in that statement. So because there's the 5 feet to 0 feet, and then the 5 feet to 1 feet. That's 2 different variance requests.
Okay, I have it written,
Yeah.
okay. Let's see how I wrote it down, okay. And, okay, I got the and in there, got it. So this would be, let me try this again. Reduce the side north setback from 5 feet to 0 feet,
That's with staff's,
pending condition of staff report.
yeah, including the condition of
Sooner or
staff.
later I'll get
Yep,
it, right?
you're there. And so if
So we
someone,
could just second it now?
nope, someone
Oh, we
needs,
done with
what
it
you,
No,
he
need
can't
a-
motion. So what you can do is sometimes the chair will say, I'm looking for a motion to approve
Okay.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And someone can say so moved.
Okay,
But that's just the mover. You still have to have a second.
okay, I'm looking for a motion to approve the side north setback from 5 feet to 0.
Is it 6 feet, Mr. Chair?
I
6
don't
feet?
know.
Oh,
He said
gosh, yes,
five.
it's on that one, 6 feet. We've been saying 5 the whole time. It's 6 feet to 0 in the report. Yeah, you need to, because we're clearly lost.
Here's my suggestion
Okay.
for the board attorney. Here's what I would suggest for the motion. I would suggest one motion, and that the motion be recommend approval and just read the recommendation. Once you're done reading the recommendation, along with the staff recommended condition of approval. And that way you're reading all three,
Right.
including the condition of approval, and then you couldn't, the motion is for all three variances instead of
Right.
breaking them up. It might be.
Right. The reason we break them apart is just to make, although the record is clearly not going to be clear until we
Right.
get there, but the idea is it's clear on the record that each request is being granted. Because sometimes, as you know, there are requests that one's granted and one may not be. So you break them down to try to make it clear that everything's discussed, everything was granted. You don't have to do it that way. If, I don't know what's in your heads, if you're all sitting there like,
At
let's
this
just grant
time,
these and
nothing.
go, that can work with the struggle you might have, is if, let's say they're inclined to grant two and not one, if we lump them together.
Correct.
The whole thing might fail.
Okay.
That's
So
why I
then-
break it apart.
All right, then, let's
Yeah.
break it apart. So the first request is gonna be simply for the, request for the house. So it's gonna be from 6 feet to 0 feet for the house.
So it is
That's
6
one,
feet, okay.
right, 6 feet to 0 feet for the house. That's gonna be one motion.
Okay,
So we
And then
almost were
once-
there. We just had we had
Right.
5 instead of 6.
And then you will do the other two requests, which will be the 5 feet to 1 foot for the concrete pad.
right,
Then you'll address that one. And then once that one's addressed and voted on, then you will address the 5 feet to 3 feet to the existing driveway.
correct,
All right.
okay.
Right. We're there. I feel it. You got it.
So we done the one,
You got it.
Pardon me?
we done the one already.
Well, no, because we
Oh,
had
we
5
didn't.
foot and it was 6 foot. We were,
Oh,
yeah, we were using the wrong numbers, so.
Okay. Okay, let's start over again. And the variance request, reduce the side, which will be the north setback from 6 feet to 0 feet to existing house. Okay?
With the staff
Wi-
recommended.
With condition pending staff report.
Someone needs to make that motion. So moved. You
That's a motion. Can I have a
I'll make a
motion
motion to
on
approve.
that request?
can say so moved.
So moved.
Okay. Do I have a second on that request?
Second.
Now you can discuss it.
Is there a discussion on that request? There being none, I call for a vote.
Well, I have a little issue with it myself.
Board
just
Member
because of the
Swager?
0. But if there's no one to oppose it, then I guess I'm all in.
Well, I mean,
It's okay. You already, you asked discussion and no one spoke, so she was ready to take the roll, I think. So if you want to go back to discussion, just make it clear you're having a discussion.
Well,
do you want to go back to the discussion?
now that I've said my piece, no, y'all know what I'm thinking, so.
Okay.
And staff had already approved it, right?
No, nobody approved anything.
No.
That's why we still.
Staff is recommending approval.
We have a motion,
approval?
we have a motion and a second, and now I said the discussion, and then there was no discussion, then I was gonna call for roll.
Okay.
Okay?
Board,
No, but we're past, no, ma'am,
Oh.
no,
No, thank you. I don't believe so.
no, we're past.
No, I mean, not at this time.
Yeah,
Okay.
roll call.
roll call. Board Member Swager,
Yes.
Board Member Steffensmeyer,
Yes.
Board Member Smith,
Yes.
Vice Chair Chicolo,
Yes,
Chair Brill.
Yes,
Okay, motion passes 5-0.
okay, great. Okay. Second part. Part 2, from 5 feet to 1 foot, which would be to the existing concrete pad, pending conditions of the staff report. May I have a motion, please?
make a motion, we accept.
May I have a second?
Second.
May I have a discussion? Don't be afraid, I mean, it's okay.
This is your chance.
Okay.
I already said what I
that's
was
fine.
saying, so, we heard
Okay,
it once, it's the same for all. so.
Okay. Okay, there was a motion, second, no discussion. Call for a roll call, please.
Board Member Swager,
Yes.
Board Member Smith,
Yes.
Board Member Steffensmeyer,
Yes.
Vice Chair Chicolo,
Yes,
Chair Brill.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, and the last one, reduce the side south setback from 5 feet to 3 feet to existing driveway, pending conditions of staff report. May I have a motion?
Make a motion that we, accept that variance.
Thank you. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Is there discussion? There being none,
Board Member Swager,
Yes.
Board Member Smith,
Yes.
Board Member Steffensmeyer,
Yes.
Board Member Chicolo,
Yes,
Chair Brill.
yes.
Thank you. Motion passes 5-0.
Okay. Motion carried. Variance request is approved upon conditions. Okay, thank you very much. Okay. There being no further business, tonight's meeting. Call for motion adjournment. Second,
I'll second it.
all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much, appreciate it. Have a great day.
Stay warm out there.
And we did get through it.